Hey, 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 Beauty Besties. How are you today, guys? Happy Tuesday, my friends. Happy Tuesday. I hope it is a great Tuesday wherever you are. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It was pretty good today, guys. Oh my goodness. I have been organizing my office literally all day. I put away all of my summer beads. I put them away. We are shake and make. What do we call it? Shake and make. Half baked that tray with the cup. We shake the cup and we pull the things. I changed that all around. I took off all the summer collections, and we did some reorganizing. And we still have a lot on that tray, guys, and we will get to that soon, one of these days. Yeah, so I've just been sorting and putting stuff away because I have so much more new stuff that I really didn't have room for it. So anyway, that's what I've been doing all day, friends. Not that you asked, but I thought I would tell you. But today, guys, we got the blue bag. We're going to open it. I have thus far been able to avoid spoilers other than the spoiler that we got from Lauren, which I always watch over there on YouTube. It's usually like the last Friday of the month or something like that. She will give us a couple little spoilers for this bag. So I did see that. But guys, I gotta be honest with you. Oh shit, thank you, Mary Catherine. You're right. We did not pull a card. Oh my goodness. You know why? Because my dishes were on top of it and I didn't see it. Hold on, friends. Act like I just came on. Hi, Beauty Besties. Let's pull a card, friends. Because you know what? You got this. All right, I'm going to pull a card. Here we go. Here we go. Boom, boom. Be somebody who makes everyone feel like a somebody. That's beautiful, my friends. And you know what, guys? I tried to do this. I try to instill good spirits and love all around. So that's a beautiful card for us today. So like I was saying, and I don't remember what I was saying, but the only thing I really remember from that spoiler was the flowers. I do remember there's some glass flowers in here that I thought looked particularly interesting. So guys, if you are new to the Bargain Bead Box, this is a monthly subscription. Oh my, I'm just massacring the bag right now. Oh my goodness. This is a monthly beading subscription. Brought to you by Bargain Bead Box. There is a sister store, Bead Box Bargains. So every month what you get is a curated collection of beads and findings. Just absolutely amazing. Every month, like I said, it's a different theme. We have different metal colors every month. So guys, if you don't like this month, chances are you'll probably like the next 17. And that's great. And that's great too. And guys, the best part is it's all shipped to you for like 23 bucks. I think it's like 23 bucks now, which is still one of the most reasonable bead subscriptions out there. And it's also, like I said, it's amazing because you get the findings, you get the beads, you get all the things. So basically all you really need are some, basic stringing materials, stuff like that. But pretty much all of your components are going to be in here and they're going to be coordinated. Also, what is really cool is, and I'm going to sneak her out, is that every month we get a 30% code for their sister store, Bead Box Bargains, like I mentioned earlier. And I'm just fixing this paper so we don't see the code because, guys, that will get me in so much trouble. All right, let's give us a sneaksy peeksy, shall we? Oh, she's red. Look at that. Ooh, oh, guys. I'm just going to embrace it because, my friends, fall has arrived. Okay, fall has arrived. She is here and she is beautiful. And I am so excited because the fall is my favorite time of the year. Look, my nails match too. I kind of did that on purpose. Not that I knew this was the color of the bag, but I knew we were going to be getting some fall colors. So I said, Carl, you got to do some fall nails. I love this for us. Okay, let's read about it. Oh, sweater weather. Sweater weather, they are calling this. That is so cute. I love that. It's beginning to feel a lot like fall, and we're so ready. This palette of cozy autumnal tones includes rich browns, dark red, navy blue, gray, and bronze. Can I just say, I kind of like the navy blue edition because a lot of times we get like a lot of oranges, reds, and yellows this time of year and browns. So having the navy blue is probably going to be very pretty, and the bronze as well. But Gray and bronze. Gemstones include petrified wood, mahogany, obsidian, agate, and bronzite, along with crystal, glass, and metal accents. We love the patterned wood pendants and glass bead mix too. Oh, that's so exciting. And guys, you know, they put a bead mix in the last companion bundle for the last box. And I love that we're doing bead mixes now. I think that bead mixes are so much fun. Okay, so there's some stuff here. Your creations in a contest, so you can go over there onto their Facebook group, and if you don't want to go on their Facebook, or you don't have Facebook, you can also email them this here and your pictures, guys. And they have contests where you could win a $50 gift certificate. So there's all that information, and I will of course link all that in the description box, guys. I will also put my I don't have a referral code anymore. I now have a referral link. So the link to sign up will be my referral link, guys. If you use my referral link, it gives me, I think, $7 towards BD stuff over there at the sister store. So I would highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. And here is our list of ingredients. So we're looking at 22 things today. Estimated retail is $94.78. Warning, this package contains small parts. Please keep out of reach of children. Do they put that there every month? I don't think I've ever noticed that before. And then there's some legends here. So there's an LF for lead-free, NF for nickel-free, CF for cadmium-free, which means that those metal selections will not have those things in them. All right, so let's do a little dumper do. And this looks like a pretty significant collection, and she's heavy, guys. So she's probably not going to fit on the palette. Holy smokes. So I will bring out oh my goodness, look at this. Bring out a bead mat. What are those? Those are interesting. Glass flowers in navy. I've never seen flowers look like that before. That's exciting. Wow, look at this bead mix. Are you serious? That's gorgeous. Okay, friends, I'm all ready. Oh man, look at those. Oh, those matte. I love a good matte bead. Okay, guys, here's our dumper do sneakeroo. I'm going to go ahead and briefly move to the side so we can get a little bit organized for us today. Okay, so just give me 1 second, friends. And we're back. Okay, guys, so I have sorted, and this collection is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Okay, so number one, we are going to be looking at an 8mm petrified wood matte round beads, and this is a 15-inch strand. These are so pretty, so matte, so lovely. Let's take a look at these colors. We've got some browns with some beautiful striping. We've got some darker, like charcoal colors. We have some clears. Look at this guy. That guy's really cool. So petrified wood, guys. These are not wood beads. I'm not 100 million% sure. Look at this guy. What exactly they are, but what I believe they are, I think there's some kind of like a sediment that might come from the tree and form, I guess, over years and years, they form this kind of rock material, but those are gorgeous. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but I think I remember hearing that somewhere in my travels. Love those. All right, next we have a two-piece 30mm mahogany obsidian wavy flat round focals. These are so pretty. Mahogany obsidian is just such a pretty combination because so you have this really like reddish brown color here, which is the mahogany, which mahogany is a reddish brown color, I'm pretty sure. Let me fix my lights, guys, just in case it wasn't bright enough. And then of course you have these you know, this obsidian matrix in here. I don't know if that's the proper word, matrix. It sounded fun. It sounded real professional. But there's your drill hole. And I do have a slate wave. Can you see that? I have like a little bit of a ruffling. There's your drill hole. So that goes through that way. Very, very pretty. They're really not that heavy. I don't know. Oh, they could make earrings. I don't know. We might want to make a bracelet or something. Those are gorgeous, though. They're so pretty. And then we also have some mahogany obsidian round beads in a 4mm. And this is a 15-inch strand. So that's a nice, this is a lot of beads, 4mm, 15-inch strand. So here we have this color, this mahogany, this rich mahogany brown with these, with these obsidian matrices. I'm just going to keep saying it, whether it's right or wrong, friends. That's just what I do here. But that's super cute. Love those. These colors are so good. So good. I'm so ready for fall. It is my favorite time of year. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next, we're going to look at a 6mm brown agate round beads. And these are dyed. We get a 7-inch strand. These are really pretty. Holy smokes. They look, honest, they look like toasted marshmallows. They look like toasted marshmallows. They're so pretty. Don't they look like toast? Look at this one. That one's extra toasty. That's my favorite, is the toasty marshmallow, guys. You might not agree with my methods, but I set the marshmallow on fire and then I blow it out after it's charred. And that's how I like to eat my toasty marshmallows. What about you guys? How do you like to eat your toasty marshmallows? Let me know in the comments. Am I like the weirdo? Don't answer that. Or if you do, be nice about it. Okay. Next, we're looking at number 5. And this is a 12-piece, 10mm bronzite matte round beads. Can I just say I love that we're doing some matte beads in here. Also, guys, this bag is a little dusty, and that is okay. You can just wipe these beads off. I have not done that yet, so they might be a little dusty in the cup, but just wipe them off. It's just the nature of the matte and all that, but once you wipe these off, you can polish them up a little bit. They shouldn't, I should say. They should not shed anymore, but they're very pretty. I love bronzite. Bronzite's one of my favorite, like, neutral gemstones. I do prefer the bronzite a little bit more shiny because then it's just so pretty. But this matte is also very pretty. These feel so nice too. They're nice and cool. I like the way they sound. Matte beads. Sorry guys, I'm getting carried away. Matte beads just sound different. I love the way they sound. Okay. All right. Moving along. This is not playtime call. It will be in a second, guys, when we decide what we're going to make. Okay, so now we have a 6-piece, a 24 by 26 glass flower beads in navy blue. And these are the thing that I remember from the unboxing over the spoilers. These are really pretty. And they have like some sparkles back here. This one's got like a lot of clear in it. They're also very different. That's a beautiful color. I'll put some on the dish in a second. I'm just taking a perusal for myself. Ooh, I love that one. Let's put some in a dish, guys, and we'll bring them up close. We'll put some on the back, and then we'll put some on the front. Get yourself a good look at those. That's a gorgeous color. That's a really pretty, like, midnight sky color. Look at that one, so pretty. And they're all so different, which I love. So we're going to have fun with these. I was thinking, I was just thinking, I wasn't sure. I knew they just had the front drilled hole here, but I was thinking we could do some bead stringing wire. Oops. Like, kind of like you see me do with front-facing holes like this. We kind of bring the wire through here. I've made several bracelets that way, but I've never made a necklace that way. I wonder if we could do that, right? We could save 2 for earrings. And then we could do our bead stringing wire. We'll put one, so we'll have 2 strands, right? And then we'll put another bead here where we can put both strands through. And then we'll do 2 strands, bead, 2 strands. I think that would be a really pretty necklace. I like it. I like it, friends. I'm just trying to find a good place. There we go. It's all about placement. There we go. Those are spectacular. I love them. And they're so different than what we've gotten a lot in the past. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so now we have a 10-piece, 10.5 glass flower bead in navy. And these are different as well. I don't have any glass flower beads that look like this. They're kind of squared off. To me, they look like little vases. I think they're really pretty, but they look like little vases to me. They're just so different. And this color, again, so beautiful. Look at that color. I love that they brought this color in with these other colors because I think this blue, like, let's put a little bit over here, put a couple over here. I think this blue looks kind of really fits in. I really do like that. And guys, we're bringing in another color, and this is a gorgeous color. So here we have an 8x6 glass barrel spacer in dark coral red, 7 inches. Guys, look at this. Oh, all my bags are falling on the floor. That's okay. Look at this color. That's gorgeous. That is such a rich, beautiful red. Love that. And these are really interesting bead. There's your hole. They're just nice. They're flat on both sides, which I like. So that'll be a nice little stacking bead. Yes. Lovely, lovely. Looks good with this bronzite too, I think. All right. Oh, another color. Here we are looking at a 4mm crystal faceted bicone bead in opaque gray. Yay, the bicones are back. The bicones are back. I love the bicones. But here we go. And it's just this beautiful gray, just very light gray. Pretty little neutral color here. I think that looks nice. Look at that with the blue. The gray and the blue. Yes. Okay. Next, we're going to look at a 6mm crystal faceted fancy cube in light steel blue. Do you see this? Oh, my heart. These are amazing. These look like diamonds to me. Oh my goodness. Like if I just, the 7-year-old inside that lives inside of me all the time just wants to say that these are diamonds, and now I'm rich. Now I'm rich and happy. Look at those. Sparkle Palooza, my friends. That is a Sparkle Palooza. Wow. So sparkly. Guys, did you see Kirk over there at Space Pickle Designs? I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I just saw the caption. She made a necklace with the GGC bag, and she said, is this the sparkliest necklace ever? And it probably is very sparkly, but these beads are super sparkly too, so she might have a run for her money for sparkliest necklace. Well, they look good with the gray too, and again the blue, because this is like a steel shimmery blue. Okay. I'm loving the blues with this palette. I think it fits really well. Here we have a 6x4 crystal faceted rondelle bead and matte steel blue. Yes, with the matte. Oh, those are pretty. Look at those. Wow. 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 Yum. Those are delicious. And matte. And I love that they're not over the top. Like, these are over the top sparkly, but I love that for them, right? These are not over the top sparkly. They are sparkly. Don't get me wrong, friends. There's definitely sparkles in there. But because they're matte, right, they're a little bit more subtle. Look at the subtle and then the over the top together. So pretty. All right, next, these are really interesting. So we have a 2-piece pattern wood pendant with brass chain accent. These are really cool. I do remember these from Lauren's preview as well, and I was really looking forward to these. So we have these little wood guys, and they kind of look almost like leather, but they are definitely wood. Really, really cool. And they have this chain here connected on both sides, and there's a loop at the top. I don't know if you can see that loop. So you can just attach an ear wire and just have a gorgeous, gorgeous necklace just like this, right? Minimal tools required. You might need one plier to open up your ear wire, but that is almost instant gratification jewelry, right? That's beautiful. You guys know I'm not going to do that. You guys know I'm going to do some frou-frou fun stuff with these, of course. Can't be too basic. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with being basic, guys. I'm telling you. If I had 2 pairs of these, I'd probably do 1 pair basic and then I'd do 1 pair frou-frou. All right, next we're going to look at a bead mix, which Bargain Bead Box, thank you for giving us bead mixes. This is amazing. Because, guys, sometimes you just need a couple few small beads, or a couple few of this color, or a couple few of that color. This is perfect. This is a glass bead mix in Autumn Hearth, 20 grams. Look at all of these now. Let's put it in the round dish. It'll be easier to get out for myself. I am noticing, though, I only have one of these beads, but that's okay because I only have one of these beads too. So we could do a fun little thing like with those, one of those. But oh, look at the heart. There's a heart in there. Do you see the heart? Maybe it's just because I see hearts everywhere I go. But I think, I don't know. No, it's a triangle. Call all a heart and a triangle, but that's okay. This looks like a heart. Doesn't it look like a little heart? It's a triangle, friends. Anyway, and we have some of these brown and red rounds. Oh, we've got some little, these look like to be maybe some 8-0 seed beads in here. Got some of these brown cylinder beads. Well, I got one anyway. But that's okay. We got cute little cubes. We've got some of these oval oval ones that have a little gray mix. There's some peanut beads in here. That's a cute little mix, my friends. And you know, I'm thinking I might do something with these earrings and this bead mix. I think that could be a possibility. I'm going to put that off to the side. I don't know what we're making today, friends, but it might be that. Who knows? Okay. Now we're going to move on to some components. And so we have here a 10-piece, 33mm filigree flower components in antique bronze. And we get 10 pieces, I said. Yes. These are cool. So these are kind of like brass stampings, like filigree stampings. They are bendable. You can bend these, and you get several. You get 10. There is definitely a front and a back. So here's the front, and then here's the back. It's just a little hollow at the back, and you can tell this is the front. And guys, I just saw somebody posted over in the Creative Corner Bead Box. That's the Bargain Bead Box's Facebook group. They bent these in half over, I forget what she said she used. Maybe a mandrel, or you could even use a Sharpie, something to bend this over. And she made a gorgeous, and I'm sorry I don't remember who it was, but she made a gorgeous pair of earrings. They were like folded over, and then she had some little beads hanging, and then a bead at the top, and it was just really, really pretty. So there's so much you can do with these. You can bend them, shape them, you can use them, you can just connect them, make yourself like a collar necklace or something like that. This is fun stuff. If we already didn't have an idea with these, we could also do something like that. That's interesting. We'll have to see, friends. We'll have to see. I'm going to have fun with this box. I think all of us are going to have fun with this box. This is a really interesting box. All right, next we have a 4-piece, 48mm filigree flower components in antique bronze. And so just like those, but these are just a little bit bigger. Sorry, guys, my cups and my bags are getting out of control. You get 4 of these larger ones, and they're the same exact as these, right? Same exact, just different sizes. You could even do a little, you know, we could do a little, so that would be a big earring, wouldn't it? Could you see that as an earring? Large and in charge, my friends. Large and in charge. Yes, I am. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, I weighed myself today. I am definitely large and in charge. Okay, but we don't need to talk about that. But actually, we will be talking about that coming in the next, because I'm going to do something about it, friends. I'm going to do brave things and lose weight, and you'll see. All right. Oh, we have some beads here. So we have a 10-piece, 10mm glass patterned matte round beads. I should just call this the matte box. I'm all here for it. Slate blue iris. Oh, these are interesting. Look how interesting. So they have this scrolly pattern. That's really interesting. And yeah, in that blue color. Look at that. That's pretty. They remind me of those like Chinese New Year beads. I don't know if that's even a technical name for them, but I saw them somewhere and I think that's what they said. Those are beautiful. I love those. And I love all of this blue, all of this dark blue. This is so pretty. Okay, and we have our last little stack of beads here. We've got a lot of components to look at, friends. So we have a 6-piece, 23x19 floral chandelier finding in antique bronze. These are very pretty. So these are a chandelier. So we've got, it's a 1-to-3 or a 3-to-1, however you want to look at it. It could be a chandelier, it could be a connector. There's 2 on the back. So you've got these 3 loops here. You've got 1 loop at the top. You could make earrings. You could do a multi-strand bracelet. You could do a multi-strand necklace. You could do so much with these. These are fun. Definitely like these a whole lot. And they also have these are really all loops. And if you wanted, you could even cut these loops off and just use these as charms. Anything you want to do, friends. The world is your oyster. I'm telling you, it is for sure. All right, next we have some links. And this is a 10-piece, 24x18 floral medallion link. Oh, these are really pretty too. I have some of these, I think, in silver. I love these. So we have this like cut out mandala like scroll work. Here you've got a loop on either side as a connector. Again, if you wanted to, you could cut one of those loops off and use them as charms, pendants, whatever you want to do. They're a lot of fun. Guys, this This box is very like, with all the links and all of these filigree pieces, it's very much like, I'm not even getting the whole thing in my frame, but it's just the possibilities, right? Like endless, I think, with this box. Endless. All right. Next, we have a 50-piece 6.5 daisy spacer in antique bronze. These are really pretty. I love these kind of spacers. They have a little bit of a larger hole, not a terribly large hole, just a little bit. But I like because they're flat and they have these little like dots around them, and I just think they look so cool. A matter of fact, I think they might look cool with those too, because these are very flat. We'll have to play around with that. Oh no, I think I just lost one. So how many pieces was that? -1, because Kyle can't hold anything in her hand for more than 5 seconds. All right, next we have 10 grams of dotted 8-point bead caps in antique bronze. Doesn't say what size. Oh, they're a decent size. I actually like these, and you will not probably hear me, oh, sorry. You will probably not hear me say that often, friends, but I do like these bead caps. So here's some on the back. On the back, they just look like a star. When they kind of are like star-shaped. It's got some little dots and some stuff around here. I think these are actually really pretty. I do like these. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Occasionally, Kyle likes a bead cap. Listen, friends, it's fine. We can all be mature adults here and just accept it and move on. Okay. Next, we have 2 sets of ornate pattern round toggle clasps. Oh, these are so pretty. I think we've got these in a copper color a couple months ago, and I love them. So there's your one big loop up there, and then if you can see, it's got some like rope. It looks kind of like ropey, and we've got some dots in there. I know that's just so like specific. It's ropey and dotty, friends. Okay, super pretty, super pretty. I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to put them up here. And then our last item is our chain. And we usually do get chain every month, which I'm okay with because it's really beautiful chain. So this is 7 by 3.5 by 4 by 3. That's a lot of numbers, friends. Figaro jewelry chain in antique bronze. Ooh, Figaro. I like the Figaro. I think that's what they call the mother and son, right? I don't know. I could be wrong. It's very pretty. I like the Figaro. I think my favorite is probably the Rollo chain. I love Rollo chain, but the Figaro is one of my favorites. I like that a whole lot. All right, friends. Well, there is your bargain bead box for September, sweater weather. I think it's gorgeous. Some standouts for me. I like all the gemstones pretty much. I love all the gemstones. I love these, both of these crystals. I don't think there's really anything here that I don't know if I needed 10 of these, but I'm sure we'll find something to do with them. I think I would have been okay with maybe 5 and 5 with something else, but we'll figure it out, friends. We'll figure it out. As a matter of fact, we got to figure something out now. Let's make a project, guys, because I have not made jewelry in well over a week. Do we want to do these, Kyle? So what I was thinking about these was maybe taking some of these smaller beads and just attaching them to the chain so you can just have some little dangles. But since there's so many different ones here, we could just do like random different ones and then maybe hang something in the middle. I was thinking that we could do that. Or like I said, I was thinking about seeing if these would look good in between. Oh, I think they would look really good. We might do, friends, there's a lot of stuff here that we could do. I'm having ideas. I really like these too. These little vases are so pretty. Don't they look like little vases? I want to put flowers in them. Oh wait, they are a flower. Okay. Okay. All right, let me get some thoughts together here because I'm having a lot of different thoughts at once. So I'm going to cut some strands and I'm going to see what kind of works with what. And we'll be right back with a mystery project, friends. All right. And friends, we're back. So I did a little shopping. I filled up my bowl, did a little shopping. I think I need a bigger shopping cart. Oh, which guys, by the way, I may or may not have little shopping carts on the way. How fun is that? So here we go. We have, I brought out some things that I thought we might use. So we got a whole butt ton of these. A beautiful button, my friends, a beautiful button. I'm not sure if we're going to use these. We have the bead caps. Oh, I've made a mess. We have the bronzite, which I forgot to wipe off. That's fine. We can do that as we go if we need to. I have a toggle, and I have a bunch of spacers and bead caps that are all kind of mixed up here, and that's fine. We're not going to take the time to separate them. I can just pick them out. Oh yeah, I also have connectors. Interesting. Okay. I was just loading my cart up, friends. I was just loading it up. So what I was thinking, and especially with these bronzite beads, since they are matte and they're kind of a little bit on the dark, dull side, I thought this might really brighten them up. Or this might really brighten this up. But I think I really do like these with the red. These are pretty too. We might add one or two of these. We'll have to see. And I also have this little bead mix just for probably one bead, because my thought process as I was taking this stuff out. So we're going to take two of these, since they were so generous to give us 4. So we're going to take 2 and kind of back to back them. So this way they're nice on both sides. So my thought was to take that, and then we can also do that with 2 of these, because again, they were generous to give us a lot. And then we can do these, line them up, and this guy can hang from this guy. I thought that would be a cute pendant situation. And then we can hang, since we're going to keep these together with jump rings, and I thought we could hang one little bead bobble. We'll hang one little bead bobble down from the bottom, and I haven't picked which one yet. It might be this red one, because that matches really well, doesn't it? Oh, good. There's a couple in there. Well, we'll decide that when we get to it, friends. Let's not jump the cart before we feed the horse. Is that what they say? I don't think it is, but it's what I say. All right. So, okay. So this is, I don't know if we're going to be using more of these, because I think we're going to use some of these links. So my thought process was, with these beads, and I really think these spacers are going to look pretty, I thought we could do some, not necessarily this top hole, but I think we're going to string out this way. And what I thought we could do was, we could do a little bit of bead stringing wire, and we can do, you know, some links in between. So we can make some little small sections of beaded stuff, and then we'll have links in between. So it sounds like a lot of work, but guys, I think it's going to be super cute. We have the bead caps. We might use these other ones too, if we need some extra beads. Or let's see if any of these, if there's a lot of these, and if they pop out, we might be able to use some of these for like contrasting colors. I really like those. Those pinkish ones. Do we think they'll match? I think the pinkish ones would look better with this strand. There's some gray ones in here. We also have some gray bicones as well we could use. I'm seeing, you know what, guys? I'm going to dump this out. And I know I probably should have done this before, but that's okay. You guys don't mind if it's a little bit longer video, right? Because we haven't been together in a while. So this is, we're having a moment together. So I see some peanut beads in this red color. It's like a rust. I wonder if, does it match? It's like a rust. I don't know. I don't have a lot of these silver ones. I think these silver ones would have been really cute. That's kind of a vibe. What about these? These are the ones that, no, these are the ones that caught my eye. Those I think will look pretty. Okay. So let's see if we can find a few of these real quick. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's come back to my room. I'm not going to sing the rest of that song because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know why that just popped in my head. Do you guys remember that song? It's probably from the 1900s. Oh, there's cubes in here too. That's fun. Oh, maybe we want to use some of these gray cylinders. What do we think about those? White. They're white, Carl. No, I don't want to use white. But this yellow is cute. How many of these do we have? That's the only thing with the bead mix, guys. You're kind of like, oh, this mustardy one is pretty too. You're kind of like, you find a bead that you really like and you think it's going to work for the project, but you can only find like 3 of them. That sucks, but I do love a good bead mix. I do, I do. So I'm just taking a couple of these like mustardy ones out because that might be a nice contrast with those colors. I think it might be. I like these neutral ones too, but I also think they would look really pretty with the petrified wood. I don't think that's the same color. It's not. Okay. We have some bicones too. That's okay. This is fun sometimes to do this. Maybe not fun for you guys because, oh, look, I found another one of these. Look at that. Because I guess watching people do this is probably not that fun. I'm having fun. All right, what do we think about these? Well, we already have that sort of shape. I'm just looking for some contrasting shapes, so we can have a couple little small beads. Okay, I think that's about all we're gonna get. I mean, we have these too, but I just feel like that would look better with that other strand. Oops, here's another one of these. So we got 2, 4, 6. Let's see if we can find one more. We just need one more. That's a bicone. Please, please, Governor. Just one more. Bicone. Ugh. That's fine, guys, because we can just minus one as easily as we could add one. I'd rather add one, but we can minus one. It looks like we're going to do that because I don't think there is another one in there. Okay, so how many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shoot! Come on now. I don't know. What about these? What do we feel about these? No, we don't like those. I mean, they're pretty, but we don't like them for this. Okay, so that's fine. Crazy. Okay. And then 2 of these. I don't know if we're going to use those, but they might be cute little contrast. We're not using these 2. I wish I had more of those. I would use those. All right. So let's put these over here. I'm so discombobulated today. Oh no. So how has your week been, my friends? Have you had a good week? I hope you have had a good week. All right. So let's see how we're going to do this. Okay. So we're going to, that's going to be our focal. Oh, I have to get supplies. That would help. But I'm just seeing, do I want to... No, I don't want to do that. So I think what we're going to do is... I think we're going to do one of these in between. Or, let's cut this strand real quick, friends. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Where are my tools? I don't know. Okay, I found them. Let's go ahead and lay some of these out here. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, what if... Okay. This is our jazz right here. And also, where was that red bead? That would be a cute little drop. We'll get to that. Okay. So what I was thinking was we could do, maybe we'll do a little section here of, since we had, do these bead caps fit this? Let's see what that looks like. That's kind of cute. I don't know. But I definitely want to put these little spacers in between. So what if we do a section? This will be on wire. I think that'll be on wire. And then we can connect it to these 2. And then we'll do a bead stringing wire portion with some more of these and also the bronzite. What do we think about that? I don't know. I think it might be interesting. Okay, friends. So this is our idea. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to gather some more materials. I'm going to gather some, bead stringing wire, eye pins, whatever I think I need. I'm going to go grab and I'll be right back, friends. Okay, and we're back. And I might not have timed that one really well. Okay, so cast of characters. Who are we bringing to the party? So we have our bead stringing wire and I have 3 different colors here. I have the copper, the antique brass, the spinel, and the garnet. And I think I'm liking the antique because Matches our metal color, and plus we have to think that these beads will be on it. So if we use this color, that might just blend too much. So I think we're going to use that one as a little bit of a contrast. We have our tubes, our soft flex tubes. I also have some smattering of 5mm jump rings, which I think 5mm will be good for that. And then we also have a smattering of head pins and eye pins in different sizes. So this should be all we need for this project, I'm thinking. And we also have, my friends, okay, we have that as well. All right, so let's get to business. Let's get to business. First, let's do some stuff here with this guy, because I do want to add the bottom guy so we can keep him together, because I think once we add the jump ring, he'll be together a little easier. So I think I have some antique bronze in here. I thought. Well, I have copper. Oh, I do. Okay. So that's one. We're definitely going to need a couple. Oh, there's a whole bunch on this side. Boop. Just gonna grab a couple jump rings. 5mm. It's a really good size. I think that should be enough. We'll just grab 2 more since they're here. Well, 1 more. I think 5mm jump rings are, to me, like almost the perfect size. I like a good 4 or a 5. 6s are okay too, but I think 6s get a little too big. I do like a 4 and a 5. All right. Excuse me, guys. All right. So let's get our tools together, Call. It's been so long since I've made jewelry. I'm like, what are you doing? All right. So we need these tools. Let's pick up one of our jump rings and see if we can remember how to open them. I think we're just going to go from side to side, my friend. Side to side. Oops. Not like that. Like so. All right. So I'm just going to put it in this loop here. It doesn't matter. We can turn it upside down. It's fine. And then we're going to connect this guy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Was that the inside? Okay. So, guys, I turned these inside out so this way we could have a front and a back. I mean, a back. Both sides is front, rather. That's what I mean. We don't want a back side. These are going to be both front sides. Just because I feel like the back is a little bit, not scratchy, but I think it could probably catch on like a certain clothes or something, maybe like a sweater. I don't know. I don't want to find out. So that's why we put them together. Okay, so we have this focal, and I know this is a little, it's not together, but we're going to get it together towards the end. I first want to see what we look like before we put our dangle on, because I don't know what color I want to use. All right, so this is pretty much together. All right. So now I think we're going to work on these loops here. So I think we're going to do some eye pins here. Let's see if these are going to be long enough. Let me just see if these are going to be long. Oh, I think they will be. So we'll do... What if we do that? Let's try it with the bead caps just because I want to see. I'm curious. Okay. That's really cute too, isn't it? It would shock people if I use the bead caps. Maybe we will use the bead caps, friends. I think that's cute. Or does it look like a tomato? Oh my goodness. Why did I have to see a tomato? It kind of looks like a tomato. Why did I have to see the tomato? Now I don't want to use the tomato. Okay. Well, do we want to try the bronzite? I have to wipe these off too, don't I? They're probably a little dusty. See, to me, that just blends too much. Am I right? Or we could do... Oh, friends, hold on. Let's see. Oh, this might be pretty. Excuse me. Kyle's using the bead caps if she can find the hole. Okay. I'm just going to put one of each color. We're not going to keep it that way. I just want to see which one I like better. Because I feel like if we just use the red and the bronzite, that might be too like one. I don't know. I think we want to add some more color. So I'm liking that. I think that's really cute. So let's do that one. Let's do that. Let's lock that one in. Okay, we're just going to open that, and then we're going to find this guy over here, and we're going to connect him. That's my final answer. I'm locking it in, Meredith. Isn't that the lady's name that did that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show? I think it's Drew Carey now, isn't it? I haven't watched it in a while. My mom used to watch it all the time, but it was with that Meredith Vieira. I think I saw Drew Carey doing it. I'm also going to find my these. Oh, that's right. I always forget that I have the inner jaw liner pliers. I always forget that I have. That one's pretty straight. I always forget that I have these. Okay. So let's go ahead and open this guy and attach him as well. Okay, just so we can have some symmetry here and everything will stay in place. This looks like some kind of like torture device. Don't mess with Call. She's got torture devices. I don't. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I would never do that. Unless, my friends, unless it was like somebody hurting an animal or something. Yeah, then I could probably do that. Or I better be quiet before I talk myself into a case. All right, so here we have, and I think that's really cute, off to the side, right? So we're going to keep this necklace, I want to say relatively short, for the fact that it's going out this way. So if we make it too long, it'll do this, right? It'll do this kind of thing, and I don't want that. I want it to be kind of like this. So how about we do this amount 18 inches. I think 18 inches is going to be a solid number for us. Okay. Let us begin, my friends. Let us begin. So we're going to do this. Oh, I got to wipe the beads off. I keep saying that. I did take this little cloth out, and you guys can see it's a little dirty because I have wiped the beads off with this. This is my bead wiping cloth. So just sometimes when we get the matte beads, they get a little, you know, I don't know what the word is. They get some dandruff, right? They get some little dandruff, and that's okay. I get dandruff too. It doesn't mean I'm a bad bead, all right? Okay. And this is going to be cute. I think this is going to be real, real cute. Okay, I'm liking that. So let's lock that guy in. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our pliers. And we want to keep these, links, I think, going in the same direction. Bam, bam, bam. And then we're going to cut. We're going to cut, and then we're going to roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll, roll. Oh, no, I didn't get a little trash receptacle. That's okay. Sugar doots, friends. But you know what? I am, if nothing else, I am a purveyor of bowls and cereal and otherwise. And I found this bowl for our trash. There we go. All right. Now we're going to roll, roll, roll. That might be a little too big, but that's okay. We'll find out together. Roll it. Oh, no. That roll went awry. That roll went awry. It was a awry roll. All right, Carl, that's enough. We're going to break that neck a little bit and try to make that look a little less eggy. That's a lot of space in there. I'm just going to roll this one more time. We're just going to try to make that a little more round. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now let's do I don't know about perfect. I might be stretching it a little, but let's do it again, shall we? Let's do it one more time. All right, Kyle, that is enough. Okay, bead caps. Look at me using the bead caps. You know it's a good day when Carl's using the bead caps. All right, let's go ahead and make sure that's going in the same direction. And we're going to bend, bend, bend. Then we're going to cut. And since I cut, we want to make sure that's definitely a little bit shorter than the other one, but that's okay. We'll make it work, friends. I am nothing if not ingenuitive. We'll make it work. We'll just make it work. Okay. Oh, that one's pretty. I wish the other one was prettier. That's okay. We don't want to make him feel bad, so everybody calm down. It's all right. Okay. So now we have that. It's going to come together, friends. It's going to come together. It doesn't look like much now, but it will come together. My glasses are fogging up. It's hot in here, guys. It's starting to, tomorrow's going to be like the last decent day of weather here. And then it's going back up into the mid to upper 80s. Whatever. I'm going to do two at once here. We're going to do a twofer. Day's gonna. There we go. Boop, boop. All right. So now what are we going to do? I think we should add these. I think that's a good idea. And this is why we wanted to keep our loops going the same way. So when we attach these, they will hang right. Right. So let's attach that one and see how that's going to lay nice and flat. Because those are going the same way, right? I didn't close that very well, did I? My goodness, Carl, how long have you been away? Too long, my friends, too long. Okay. Let me just make sure these are going the same way. Where are my baby pliers? So we're going to put our baby pliers here onto this loop, if we can get it. Oh my gosh, Carl, it's your first day on the job. Okay, hold that baby loop and make sure these loops are going in the same direction. Which they kind of aren't really, right? Because we want our pliers to be perpendicular. There we go. Now they're perpendicular-ish. Okay, let's see if that lays a little better. Because it was laying a little funky. There we go, much better. Let's make sure these loops are going the same way before we attach our other dude. I'm just swinging this all around, left and right. Look, my loops did not go in the right direction. Perpendicular. That's the word of the day. All right, now we can open this guy. Just got caught in my shirt. It's okay. Open this guy. All right, let's take a look at what we have. This is what we have. All right, so now I think we're going to do a portion of our bead stringing wire. And guys, this is going to take some crimps. It's going to take some crimps. What color should we use? Gold or copper? Let's see, there's the gold. I think we're going to use the gold. I think the gold matches. I think the copper is a little too... Yeah, I think we're going to use the gold. So let's get out a couple of those. 1, 2, 3. Is that gold? Yes. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to need at least 4. I don't know how many. Let's just do that one. Let's just do that one. I think that'll be enough. We'll just do 2 bead stringing portions here. All right. All right, so let's see so far what our length is. And it's not much. It's not much length. So far we have about 4.5 inches. Okay. So 4.5 and 4.5. So this is about 8 inches. So we want to make this about 18 inches. Okay. So we have 4 and 4. So it's 8. So 5 and 5 would be 10. So that would be 18. Okay. So let's cut like a 7-inch piece of wire here. So I'm going to set my little handy dandy dude here. Oh, here. Maybe not. We'll just do it with one hand. That's fine. So let's go. I'm trying to be fancy. So let's go ahead and cut this wire. At the 7. Maybe a skosh more. Maybe a skosh more. Because I do like to have some extra wire for myself sometimes. Okay. So this is going to be much easier. So we're just going to measure these two. All right, so we have 2 of our pieces of bead stringing wire. And we also have to remember, because we have this toggle as well, and that looks like at least 1.5 inch toggle, guys. She's a beefer, and I mean that in the most respectful manner. It's a beautiful toggle. Let's measure how long she is, just for funsies. Let's put our loop here. Not quite 1 inch. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's take one side. Oh, you know what? It'll be fine. Let's take one side. Let's put a crimp tube on first. Let's go ahead and get a crimp tube. Slide that on. Slide this guy on. Okay. And then slide him back up. But we're going to pull this down a little bit because we don't want to use all of our bead stringing wire here at the crimp site. So we can make this one relatively small. So let's pull this up a little more. Pull this one up. Make this side smaller. Okay. Okay, that should be good. And see, we're not using too much of that. So, all right, let's crimp this. See if I can make that a little bit longer on this side, just in case I run out. Okay, I don't want to make it much shorter because then I won't be able to crimp it. I won't be able to hold it when I crimp it. Look at that little baby tail. Look at it. That's so cute. All right. Where are my crimping pliers is the question. Here they are, friends. I found them. Have no fear. All right, so we're going to make this, it doesn't have to be a large area there, but we do want to make sure that it's going to be flexible, right, guys? We'll make sure there's some flexivity in there. Okay, and then we're going to do the rotisserie, give it a spin, send it on its way. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm happy with that one. I kind of like the gold. I think we picked a good color here with the gold. All right, give that a tug. She is secure. I'm just going to leave that little tail there. There's really not enough there to cut. So, do we want to do bead caps on this? So maybe we'll do a bead cap on the first one. Make sure that slides over that little nub. Okay. And then we'll do this guy and a spacer. And another guy. Okay. Another guy. Do we want to do a spacer and another guy? I know. Do that. Is this going to hang nice, Carl? I think it will. I might have made that loop too small. I don't know. I don't know if I love how that, it'll lay nice when it's like this. It just, sometimes it doesn't lay nice on the mat. It's just how it is sometimes, friends. It's just how it is. Okay, that's my chair, sorry. Oh, but we have the tomatoes. You're right, Linda. Oh, the tomatoes. Okay. I don't like the tomatoes. So, we're going to start with one of these spacers. And that will be less tomato-like. And guys, I have an idea. And another one of these. Okay. And then we're going to do a stacky situation. So we're going to do this guy, and then we're going to stack a bead cap. That's pretty. And then a bronzite. Oh, you know what? We also have to bring in more orange. But the problem is, friends, This is what we have. So I don't know about that. I'm wondering, will that look weird because it's just those two? Where is that? Where is that thing of beads? Are we sure we can't find another one of these somewhere? Anywhere? No, no. That's okay. I wonder if I have any seed beads in my drawer that would match that. You know what, guys? I'm going to check real quick because you never know, right? You know, I don't. You know, I probably don't, though. I probably don't. What if we use... No. I'm trying to pull in some more orange. You know what, guys? This is what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. What if we do one of these? It'll be just a little asymmetrical, but it'll give us that pop of color. Make sure he's over the nub. Do you fit over the nub? Oh no, I might have to cut the nub. Oh no. That's okay. We'll do this guy because I know he'll fit over the nub. Okay. Design on the fly. It's so much fun. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do this one. Did I just drop it? Where'd it go? Okay. Let's try that and see if we like it. Am I on camera? Okay. And then we're going to stack it so it don't look like a tomato. We're going to do this guy. Bead cap. Ooh, should we do another one? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, you know what? Let's do a spacer in between the bead caps. Oh, yes. Let's do that. Oh, that one's got some of that wood shaving stuff in it. Oh, no. Let's see if we can get it out, friends. Oh, he's stuck in there. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That is fine. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. I smell what the rock is cooking, my friends. Well, let's do another series. Or should we do... Let's see how long this is. We need 5 inches, friends. Oh, that's the wrong side, Carl. My goodness. Yeah, so we don't have anywhere near 5 inches. So let's do this. How about... Are there any orangey beads on here that we can bring in? No. What about these like pinky ones here? What would that look like in between? I'm out of bowls, friends. I'm out of bowls. That's my chair. I don't see any more bowls. Okay. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put our scraps here, and we're going to use this bowl. And then we're going to get a scrap bowl. We're going to get a little scrap bowl. I thought I had a little dish here. Apparently I don't. Oh, my goodness. Sir, come back. No, Rose. Okay. Let's pick out some of these maybe pinky orange ones. I think that's good. We only need 2. We only need 2, friends, 1 for each side. All right, let's see how we look, if we like this look. So what if we put this guy in between? And then we did this situation. I think this might be, well, it added a little bit of length anyway. We'll see. We'll see if it's enough. We might have to do 3 of these, actually. All right, I don't think that's 5 inches. At least not, well, listen. Depends on who you ask, I guess. That is 3 inches. Okay. All right. So, what do we think? What do we think? Oh, that's the side. Well, how long is this portion? Guys, look how I made that loop too small. I made it too small. I think I might have to redo this. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to redo this and make this loop a little bit bigger because it's kind of catching a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, and we're back. And this is what we have. So I did three of the red with the little spacers in between. I took the orange ones out because, I don't know, I don't really like the idea of putting mismatched ones in there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm also okay with just the orange being up here. That's fine. And then we did this little middle section with 2 of the bronzite, some bead caps, and then we did one of those petrified wood. And I had an idea. So I think this is about 5 inches, right? About 5.5, not quite 6 inches. But when we crimp it, it'll be about 6 inches. And then I thought we could just do the rest. We can make up our own little chain with these links since we have so much of them. And I think that will be perfect. All right, so let's crimp this end. And we'll get a crimp tube. Okay. And then we're going to go back down our crimp tube. And then I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to feed it back down a couple of these beads here, just so I can get it out of my way when I need to crimp. Danny, Miss Happy Feet, come here. Sorry, guys. I don't know what she's doing out there. She's dancing the flamenco. All right. We don't want this too tight and crunchy. We also want to make sure that loop is good. Okay, just give it a little, make sure it's not too crunchy. Oh my goodness. Me and my bright ideas. There's too much of a gap here. Sometimes when you bring this bead stringing wire, I might have to put it through this spacer bead. Because it's just, I don't like the way it's sitting at that bead. All right. I know. I'm very picky. Only in jewelry making, friends. Only in jewelry making. Otherwise, I'm not very picky at all. Okay. So I want to get this where I want it. Pull that bead string wire down. All right. See how there's this, it's like gappy in there. I don't love that. I'm just going to crimp. I don't like how that's sitting. So I'm going to take this back out. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I'm going to put it back down through the crimp. And I'm going to actually crimp it. I'm not going to put it through the other beads because I just don't like how that's sitting. Okay. So we're just going to pull this tube all the way down here. And then we're going to pull this down. Pull it down a little more, just a little bit. Hey friends, sorry about that. Unfortunately, we had an Amber Alert and I did not realize it. And I just was beading on my merry way. So let me show you what we have. I don't know where I cut off. Well, I know where I cut off, but I don't know what I talked about. But we did this this length here, and I chose not to do the little orange beads because I didn't really want to. And then I decided we were going to make our own little beaded, kind of fancy beaded connector chain. So we're going to do a couple links. And then I did these little red rondelles that I picked out in between each. So let's continue that. First, I want to see how long this is. Now, we want this to be about 8 inches. Because the, if we 8 inches and 8 inches is 16. Well, no. So then we want it, because then we have an inch for the toggle. So wait, 8 and 8, 16. So maybe 8.5. Okay. Well, we also need, oh no, we're done crimping. That's right. Okay. So we're going to do another link. So I have some eye pins here. And I'm just opening up the eye pin, connecting it to this link, and then closing the eye pin. There's some fuzz floating around here. And now we could, if we wanted, I guess we could like alternate. That might be cute, right? Since we have the, what do we think? And we really only need 2. Okay, I think I like that. Let's do that. Although I think maybe the red one should be there. The red one should be here and the orange one should be there. Okay, hold on one second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unattach this side. Okay. Just going to unattach it somehow without causing chaos. We're going to unattach that side. And then we're going to, okay, we're going to improvise. And we're going to put this bead on. Keep looking at my phone to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm just glad it didn't, because sometimes when that happens and you're in the middle of shooting a video, it will just ruin your whole video. It'll, I don't know. It just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Corrupts. It corrupts your video. That's what the word I'm looking for. Okay. We're going to do little roly. But my video was not corrupted that I saw anyway. Okay. We always want to make sure that we close these first before we attach them so we know that they will close. Okay, so let's open that back up. Attach it to this side. And that should solve that problem. Okay. Nice. So that's what we have. I like that. That orange bead. Okay, then we have our red bead up here. So let's connect our last connector, because we're doing 3 connectors. 2, 3. Let's connect that one and then close this. And then check our length. Again, we want about 8.5 inches. And that should be pretty close. Almost 9. Well, I think that's fine. I think that's fine, friends, because we also have to remember the diameter and all the things. Okay, that's fine. So these 2 I put aside for possible earrings. Okay, so let's now connect. We'll take one of these jump rings and we will connect. Where did all my jump rings go? Oh my goodness. I don't know, friends. It's been a wild. Oh, that's right. I was trying something else and I didn't. I was just connecting these without the beads in between. You missed that part because that's when the Amber Alert was going off. And I just cut the jump rings off, so I'll have to get another jump ring. But let's put one part of our toggle on here. And I love that everything is 2-sided, so we don't have to worry about what's on the right side. It doesn't matter. That's a thick toggle. That is a thick toggle. Let's put the toggle ring on first. Okay, look how thick that is. My goodness. I might have to use a 6mm jump ring here. I don't know. Okay. Let's attach it. Oh, guys, I might need a bigger jump ring here. This might be a tight squeeze. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get a bigger jump ring here. It's too tight of a squeeze. I thought they would work. Oh my gosh, all the clicking. All the clicking. All right, let me get some 6 mils. That's my chair. Okay. And I'm fairly certain we have the antique bronze in here, and we do. Okay. It's gonna be all right. Might be a little bit longer than the intended 18 inches, but I think it'll probably be about 19 inches, probably. Maybe 19 and a half, and that's okay. I think that will still look nice. Okay, that definitely fits a lot better. Guys, don't force your jump rings because we don't want stiff jewelry, right? We want jewelry that moves. We want jump rings that close, for heaven's sakes. I'm just going to give it a little love tap. Kiss. Okay. All right. Since the Amber Alert went off, let's do this side together, guys, because you might have missed some of this. Oh, I have to cut another piece of bead stringing wire. This project is going to be forever. All right. Let's get our little handy dandy guy out, measure us a piece of wire. And I probably don't need a piece as big as the last piece because I did have some scrap. Oops. Okay. All right. I'm such a child. Okay, friends, here we are. Let's crimp this guy on here. So we're going to put this guy on, maybe, possibly. Okay. And we're going to put a crimp tube on. I'm going to put the crimp tube on the long end. Doesn't matter, really. It's easier that way. Okay. And then we're going to feed this one through. And we want to keep our loop relatively beefy, not too beefy, but we want to make sure there's good movement. And fortunately, we have a loop on this side. Where is our loop? There it is. So we can kind of compare. Right? One a little bit smaller. The other loop was a little larger, so that's okay. But we want these loops to match. I think that's pretty good. Crimp and pliers. There we go. Let's give that a smoosh and a turn. A smoosh and a rotate. A smoosh and a rotate. A smoosh and a rotate. A rotator. There we go. Give it a tug test. And I am actually going to cut this little nubulus off. We don't need it. Okay. Off you go. Off you go. All right. And let's see here what we did. So we did, let me pull a couple of these over here. So we did one of these. And we did 3 of these with 1 spacer in between, right? Spacer. I love these spacers. I love a good flat spacer. All right, and it looks like we did another spacer and then a bead cap. Oh, I have to wipe off some beads here too, don't I? Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me grab 2 more of these bronzite and get the dish towel. The dish towel for beads. And give them a solid rub. Okay. That did not sound right, Kyle. You need to watch what you say. All right, friends. Enough. Enough shenanigans. All right. And then I put this guy aside. I don't know. Just to add a little contrast. I thought it was fun. Okay. And then another stack of caps. And then some more of these spacers. And then 3 of these beautiful, beautiful red beads. Dude, really? Come on. Work with me, not against me. All right. Stack it up, friends. Stack it up. Nothing says a good time. I'm sorry if I'm off camera. Nothing says a good time like a good stack. I think so. And then we need one more of those cool little spacers, and then we're going to crimp. Okay, so make sure that is looking nice, looking good. And there should be another little crimp tube over here. Now this loop, for some reason, on the other side was a little large. So I was having some issues crimping that side for whatever reason. I might have issues crimping this side for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a crimping issue, if it's just I'm rusty because I've been on vacation issue, all of the above, who knows. But I'm not going to take this through any beads because I wasn't liking how that looked on the other side. Okay, and I think, let's get a look at this. Like I said, that was a pretty big loop. Maybe it wasn't as big as I thought. I mean, it's pretty big. That's a little big. Oh, there's a fly in here. Sir, where did you come from? Oh, man. The crimp. Sometimes the crimping. The crimping sometimes, it ain't easy, friends. Crimping ain't easy sometimes. Okay. I said it. I said it. All right. You want to make sure also that you're centering these crimps in here. And sometimes center it and then pull that back down a little bit, right? There we go. Okay. And we're going to lock that in and give it a spin. All right. Loving that. Let's give it a little tug. It's good. And we'll cut. All right. All right, so this is what we have. Now let's work on our chain. And I have 3 of these over here. We're going to do one of these. And I think we start with this one, right? No, we start with the link. Okay. Oh my God. I was supposed to. Oh no, I have a jump ring there. Okay. I got scared for a second, guys. I thought I messed that up really bad. And I'm like, I gotta get my act together. Okay, I didn't mess it up. I did use a jump ring, and I think that was a 5mm jump ring. So let me get in here and grab another 5mm jump ring. See, the 5mm is okay when you have the bead stringing wire because that's a lot thinner than the links, right? Than the these really thick loops. Okay, and again, I don't know if you guys heard me when I said it in the other video, but you want to make sure that when you're doing the bead stringing wire and jump rings right on that these jump rings are nice and closed, because that bead stringing wire can slip right on through there and take a journey that you don't want her to go on. All right, so let's get an eye pin here. And we're just going to straighten this one out a little bit. She got a little osteo in her. That's quite all right. She's still beautiful, and we're still going to put her in this design. Okay. So we're going to open that up and put that on our link. Close that up. Check the phone. Make sure there's no interruptions. All right. And then we're going to do this bead. And then again, we want to make sure that these loops are going in the same direction. It's very important. Okay, we're going to bend, bend, bend. And we're done with the crimping pliers, so we can put those to the side. Okay, I'm going to cut that. I never did bring over a trash receptacle, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're going to roll rather. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and break this neck a little bit. Just be careful in there. Right? And see, those loops are going the right way. There we go. Sorry, guys. A little piece of skin on my finger that was driving me crazy. I didn't get it, but that's okay. I'm trying, but it's just not. Okay, anyway. Just ignore that little piece of skin. I made it worse. Goodness, Carl. Okay, we got her. All right. So let's go ahead and do our next link. So we're going to open this little eye pin here. And that is a really small loop, friends. Look at that little tiny loop. That's okay. Hopefully this fits. Okay. My goodness, what the snapping? Like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Sir, can you please? Why is there a white thing on my... I hope that's... I'm using all of the... guys, I'm using all of the links in this design. That's okay. That is okay. All right, so we're going to do our next eye pin here. Let's get one that's straight. All right, there we go. We're going to open that up. Connect that to this. Close her. There she goes, Miss America. Okay, we're going to put one of those guys on. I have two put aside for earrings, though. I do have two put aside. We don't have to make earrings, but I just thought if we wanted to, we could. And I think I kind of have an idea of the earrings we're going to make. And they're very simple, friends, very simple. We're not here to do overly complicated stuff. We're just here to have fun and inspire. And that's probably going to be a bigger loop than the other one. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so everybody is matched up and getting along. Okay. And see, that's a little baby loop too, which is good. So they'll match. Okay. And we're going to make sure that that baby loop will close, and it will. Okay. And then we're going to put our last link on. All right. We are almost done, my friends, by a miracle of somebody. We're almost done. Right, now we got to put on our other side of our clasp, our toggle, and then we'll measure. And I think we're good. I think this is going to be pretty good size. All right, and I don't think that the bar has a, nope, that's two-sided. I love when we have two-sided components. They make life easy. I'm all in favor for easy life. Maybe just a little bit of struggle because, you know, you got to balance it out a little. Can't just eat cake all the time. Sometimes you got to eat salad too, friends. All right. I'm going to have to eat a lot of salad because I finally weighed myself today. It's not good, friends. It's not good. Okay. Here's our necklace. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to have to put it on the palette and do a little song and dance with it because it's gorgeous. So you guys will get a better view of it probably in the beginning. But it's so pretty. I love it. All right, but let's measure it, friends. Let's see. I'm going to measure it on my own neck first. Let me just do a little try on and see if we like this length. Oh my goodness. Friends, I wish you could see it right now. It's perfect. It is perfect length. We're going to measure it in a second if I can get it untoggled. All right, that is a good length. I'm thinking this is probably going to be about 19 inches. Make sure I'm using the right side. I know you can't see it. It's a little off camera. That's okay. That's okay. It says 20, but I think with the diameter of the beads, it's probably like 19 around the neck. It hangs very nice. It hangs right at the base of a little bit below the base of the throat. So I think that's really pretty. All right, let's make a quick pair of fun earrings to go with this. Oh, we got to do the drop. You're right. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. We do have to do the drop. Okay, so what were we thinking for this drop? Well, since we brought these beads in, let's bring them back in. What I was thinking about was, do we want to do a bronzite drop? I think so, because I think we're going to use these in the earrings. So let me wipe this guy off. Let me see if there's a particular one. I mean, they all pretty much look alike, so that's fine. Let's give him a little wipey-do. Okay. And I do have some eye pins over here somewhere. I know I brought some over. There they are. Pretty ones too, friends. Pretty ones. Look how pretty those are. They're nice and long. All right. Let's just straighten this guy out a little bit. Okay, so let's do one of these, a bead cap. Oh, I think that'll be pretty. And then we're going to do this. Let's see, do we like that? Do we want to do a wire wrap, or do we want to do... I'm thinking we're just going to do a simple wrap here, because a simple loop, because I don't want it to be too long, since it's really not like a very long necklace in length. I don't want the pendant to be so long, so I think we're just going to do a simple loop here. And we can do a pretty big loop. Doesn't matter. That's an ugly loop. Don't make that loop. Okay. But we'll break the neck and we'll make her pretty again. There she is. And now we're going to connect it. Let's hold these two together so we make sure. There we go. So we're putting it on this loop here. Hopefully we can get it in there. There we go. Goes on both pieces, and this will help. I'm closing it with my round nose pliers. It's okay, friends. It's okay. You can use different pliers for different things. It's fine. There we go. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, guys. Now we're done. So now this will keep these two together so they're not like, you know, messing around and going all over the place. All right, so now we can make a pair of earrings. So what I thought was we're just going to do something real simple. We're just going to do a little drop here with those in the middle. Do we want to do tomatoes? Sure, let's do tomatoes. I'm using all the bead caps today. I'm so proud of myself. All right, again, let's pull out two more of these head pins. That one's a little special. There we go. And then we're gonna do, let's see if this fits over here. We might have to do, you know what? Let's do, since we put them here, let's do these orange beads. Why not? Right? That will help keep this bead cap stable. Bam. Stacky, stacky. And there we go. I think that's cute. And then we're going to hang that there. Again, do we want to do simple loops or wrap loops? Let's just keep it simple, friends. Let's just keep it simple. Do some simple loops here. Do I want to do... Since I have two more of these, that's fine. I think that's cute. So let's keep those two. All right. And then we're going to do a bend, bend, bend. I'm going to cut. I try to measure with my finger most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. Oops. Ow, sorry. That's a nice looking loop. Very different than some of the other ones we've seen today. Okay. Just kind of get her back in there and then open her up real quick. Slide that on. And then close her back up. Sorry if this video has been so long. I have another one I want to shoot after this, so I'm going to get a little refreshment and then I will be back. And I think we're going to do, well, we're going to do Sam's Bead Box tomorrow, guys. So that'll be fun. I think we're going to do our friend mail next because I really want to open our friend mail because I'm just like, guys, I get so giddy when people send me stuff. I'm like a kid on Christmas when I get mail. I truly am like a child sometimes. And that's okay. Because it's good to have that little bit of childlike, I don't know, magic about you. Okay, we're going to bend. And we're going to cut. Again, using our finger as a measuring device. So we can keep those loops pretty much on point. Okay. This is a little funky because I went up and down on the plier. It's good to try to stay at the same point on the plier, but I do have the tendency to kind of move up and down the pliers. I gotta get better at that, friends. I don't know why I don't do it. Okay. All right. So there we have, these should match in length. Let's make sure that they're at least related, and I think that looks pretty good. Now let me see if I have some earring wires here. I have a little thing of ear wires here on my desk. I don't see, and of course I don't see any. There's copper. Well, here's an antique, but I don't know if I want these lever backs because I'm going to put the ear wire right on there, and I don't know if I want lever backs. Okay. It's fine, friends. It's fine. I'm just going to move my chair for a second and get some more ear wires for us. And I'm just going to keep on filming. Because this video's had enough interruptions, my friends. Sorry about all the noise. All right. Let's see, what ear wires do we want to use? We have a bunch of these, so let's use those. Here we go. All right. Put this on the floor here next to me because Bobo is sitting on my desk and he shouldn't be. Let's see if these will fit on this way. If not, that's okay because we can go through that way. Not a problem. And since they're really not like, that's the kind of the front anyway, so that's good. These earrings were super quick to make, weren't they, friends? I'm glad something today was. And then just make sure you're not, you know, pushing it to the side too much. We're just gonna give it a little gentle love tap. There's one, and my friends, here's the other one. And then I will bid you adieu until the next video, which should be hopefully tonight. Okay. Make sure that that's nice and straight, and then just give it one more little kiss. All right, my loves, here we go. Let's see how those are looking. Kind of cute, kind of cute little set. All right, friends, that's what I got for you right now. We will have so much, guys. I'm so excited about tomorrow in our Sam's Bead Box. I'm really excited about that. And of course, we have some more beautiful things to look at. I really, really like this bargain bead box. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, I'm so happy to have our fall colors, right? Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And then our little beaded chain and our toggle. All right, my loves. Until we meet again, I hope you guys are planning your magical beans, and I hope you're doing brave things today and every day, or at least twice a week, whatever, no pressure. But until later, my friends, until later, I hope you have a great night, and yeah, be kind to yourselves. Okay, bye.